PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Monday, the 8th of September. I'm James Spann here, and the focus is on Ike. What's up with that? Well, let's talk about it. We'll go right to the Skycam images around the network this morning. We'll start with a look at downtown Birmingham from the Skycam on top of the Daniel Building looking north. Pretty calm out there this morning. The Tuscaloosa Skycam focused in on Bryant-Denny Stadium on the campus of the University of Alabama. And from Jasper, we're looking downtown there from the top of the King Building. Well, there's the deal. It's the classic battle in September of the strong westerlies up north and the tropical easterlies down south. And general ridging around here should mean just a very small chance of a shower. Most locations dry today and pretty warm. We'll be up in the low 90s like yesterday. Here's the QPF graphic. This is the expected rain across the country this week, a relative minimum from near Little Rock over to Memphis along Interstate 40 with no rain there. And around that, you've got pretty good-looking rains from West Texas up into the Midwest. And, of course, Ike over the open waters of the Gulf. Boy, let's take a look. In the tropics, Ike is moving on to Cuba this morning, and that's going to take a toll on that thing. I would not be shocked if Ike becomes a tropical storm once it emerges. And number one there, that suspect area, that is former tropical storm Josephine. That has been in the battle of its life, and it's now a tropical wave, but don't count that thing out yet. It might regenerate. We'll see. Looking at Ike this morning, you can see that the center is moving on to the coast of Cuba, the northern Cuba coast, way south of Miami. Obviously, all of our ideas were not right last week. My idea of a turn up through the Florida Peninsula, the Hurricane Center idea of the thing coming on into South Florida, way too far north. There's a look at the radar from Cuba, and again, the structure looks pretty good there, and obviously the island of Cuba will take a huge hit from this thing, but it's going to be traversing that island in a very interesting way. It's hard to find analogs of a storm hitting Cuba in this fashion and kind of holding on that course, but I don't know if this thing can maintain its hurricane strength coming off the island. We will see. Looking at the modeling here, that's the 06Z set, and it seems like the models want to slow that thing down south of Lake Charles out there toward the end of the week, early in the weekend. And from that point, what's going to happen? I've said all along, it's going to be hard for a hurricane to make it all the way, a hurricane north of 25 north, to make it all the way to the Texas coast this time of the year. It can, but often the westerlies will be involved with the trough, and it's picked up and turned northeast. And whether it's turned northeast from there, we don't know yet. Obviously, Ike has not behaved very well, and it's been a challenge, and it will stay a challenge. Nobody knows at this point. The GFDL brings it up almost to near Morgan City. If the end of the week, early in the weekend, the pressure there about 102 knots, that's a Category 3. And that's a very significant hurricane. That would be a little farther west than Gustav. The wharf now, let me just say this. The 06Z GFS really turned this thing to the right. And that is an outlier. And the wharf gets its boundary initialization from the GFS. So it's going to be biased in that direction. But it takes a hard turn to the north and comes up really like Gustav here, and that's 944 millibars. It's not a Category 4 or 5. It looks like a 3, maybe similar to Gustav. European keeps driving the thing over toward Galveston or maybe the Sabine Pass. We'll take a look at the official track from the Hurricane Center, and it's I think they're doing the right thing, really, since it's obvious that Miami was not it when they adjusted south. It brings it off the coast of Cuba as a tropical storm, grows it back into a hurricane in a steady state. It did not kind of buy into the GFS last night, and they've got it coming in the general direction of Galveston or maybe the Sabine Pass this weekend, way south of the Alabama Gulf Coast. Probably the best course of action. These guys have done a wonderful job this year, and I think until we see better confidence in a turn, that's probably the right thing to do. Here's the GFS at 1 o'clock today. Westerlies up north, ridging here. Ike over Cuba. Tomorrow, Ike is still over Cuba. Understand, this thing's going to be over land for 24 to 36 hours, and it's going to really take a toll on this thing. It should be a tropical storm coming off. A front comes into Alabama, and that should enhance the chance of showers and storms tomorrow. Wednesday, the front kind of stalls out. We'll still mention the chance of a shower or storm. Ike is off the coast. And by the way, let me just say this. Now, this is the 06Z run I'm using here. Unfortunately, I don't have the whole run to show you when I'm doing this update, but it does go through the weekend. There's a look at Thursday. We stay in a pretty soupy air mass, so we'll mention scattered showers and storms here, Ike in the Gulf. Friday, Ike is in a situation to where it continues in the Gulf, and we'll go to Saturday. And Ike is kind of slowing down south of Lake Charles. And then Sunday, it kind of comes up there toward the Sabine Pass. And again, this is the 06Z. And beyond that, I don't have any more 06Z graphics. So when we go to Monday here, I'll be showing you the OZ run, which is a different model. Monday, that run is the one with a hard turn to the right, and it's got the thing coming up through South Alabama. And that would be a big wet down for us. But again, that is a definite outlier. And then Tuesday of next week, Ike is over there around Columbia, South Carolina, and then Wednesday of next week, it's out of here. But remember, that solution, again, for now, is not in line with the other models. It's just an idea. Could it happen? Sure. The cycle on the 23rd of September. Westerlies are way up north. Still no sign of any cold air, but look at the chilly air over Canada, the thickness packing up there. That's some cold air. We'll be anxiously awaiting the arrival of that, but no clue that it's coming south, at least in this run. That's it for the Weather Extreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 today. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Monday, and God bless.